So this is where we stayed last night. What I did on Google Maps is I just typed in aires de camping cars. Basically it's areas for motorhomes, and in this particular area of St George there's 4 parking spots as shown on this map. We're actually here right by the lighthouse in this little spot here, and I'll just give you a tour around of the facilities. Obviously in the distance there you can see the sea and the beach over the back. Here's where we're parked, here's our van. There's Lou inside making us a nice cup of tea. And then there's probably a dozen or so parking spaces here for vans. And then through that gap in the bushes there's a staircase that leads down to a little marina and takes you down onto the promenade, and then from there you can walk all the way along the promenade right the way around the bay. I'll take you down the stairs and show you where it leads to. So there's the lighthouse. We got some beautiful pictures of the sunset last night just after we arrived and parked up. We took a walk down here late last night and got some absolutely amazing shots of the sun setting behind the lighthouse. It was really beautiful. And then here we are on the promenade. There's a couple of cycle paths here. It's a fantastic beach. The sand is so soft. I've never felt sand so soft. It's absolutely amazing. And then obviously out there is the Bay of Biscay. There's a tiny little beach here right next to the caravan park. It's a nice little secluded spot. South facing, so really good spot for sunbathing I should imagine. And then just round the corner there is a water sports place where you can hire out catamarans or even land yachts if you fancy a bit of kite surfing. Beautiful little place, really lovely. So we've left that lovely little seaside town of St George and we're travelling on our way down through Bordeaux. As you can see, all these vineyards here. This is obviously the Bordeaux wine region. And we're going to travel on further down through the west coast of France, and we're going to probably end up about maybe a couple of 100 kilometres away from the Spanish border. There's a lovely little seaside town there. I think we might have found a nice little car park or motorhome park again that we can stop in there right near the coast. So I'll touch base with you again once we get to that parking spot. So here's where we're parked up. We're just a few kilometres south of Bordeaux, still on the west coast. We're in a little town called Teich, which is in a French national park. Lovely little spot this, a lot of countryside, forestry, loads of open spaces, and not too far away from the water, a little marina down here. I'm just going to go and check that out.
Doing it the lazy way.
Come back to the van, finding Lou being very industrious, getting the dinner ready. She's a good girl, really. It's one thing for sure, we are definitely eating well in this van life. Here we are, a lovely nice bit of boiled gammon and 4 different steamed veg. And as we're in France, of course you've got to have a big dollop of Dijon mustard. Beautiful. Okay, so it's been nearly a week of us being on this tour and it's time to do some laundry. So what we've been doing is in the garage here, we've got this laundry bag. We've been putting all our dirty laundry in there. We know there's a little laundromat in the local town just here. So we're just going to go and check out what the score is with getting this washed and dried. So we're all good for the next couple of weeks. Here we are at the laundry. Let's go and scope out what we've got to do in here then. So here we are in the laundry. Obviously everything is in French. But in our arsenal of modern technology, we've got this app, Google Translate. Click on the app and then you'll align the text and you'll see all of this French. It's translated into English. Absolute marvel of modern technology, that. So it's pretty basic, guys, really. It's €4 for a small load like this in this machine, or it's €8 in a big machine like this. You prepay at this meter, so you type in the machine number that you want to use, put your euros in here, and then that then authorises the machine. Load your wash in, put all your soap, or if you're using a tablet, in with your wash, and then just press your program that you desire and start. Simple as. And then the dryers over here, it's just €1 for 10 minutes. Throw your clothes in there and then just dry them for however long you need to. So nice and easy. No, this is not the first time we've ever done laundry. This is the first time we've ever done van life laundry. So we stayed in Teich for a couple of nights. We're in this really beautiful region called the Bassin. There's a big body of water here and a lot of nature reserves around here. We're actually staying on a nature reserve which is sort of dedicated to bird watchers. This is the entrance to the nature reserve. They've got free toilets here and there is a little cafe also with free Wi-Fi. So we packed up the van and this morning we're going to drive west. Further down the coast there's a really large area of sand dunes here that we want to check out as we continue to travel south into Spain. Trying to find this internet cafe because for whatever reason since we've been in France my computer will not connect to any Wi-Fi networks. I've been in touch with the company that I got the PC from, they haven't been able to help me, so I'm trying to get to a cyber cafe or something like that with a computer where I can upload our latest edition.
Turn left onto Rue Balesquello, then your destination will be on the left.
The place looks like it's just on the left here. So we'll just have a look and see if we can get parked up. We might have to pay and display on the side of the road here. We'll see if we can't get in here somewhere.
Your destination is on the left.
Oh, that's it there.
Looks pretty shut to me, I'm afraid.
Oh, that looks pretty shut as well, doesn't it? Yeah. So that ain't going to do us any favours at all, is it? Oh man, if we can't get on the internet, we ain't going to be able to upload any YouTube videos. Far short of going to somewhere French equivalent of PC World and buying another computer. I'm at a loss as to what I can do here. I mean, I might be able to drive into the centre of town, maybe park up, see if we can go into a local library. Perhaps maybe they might have a computer that we can access the internet. Otherwise this is going to turn into be a bit of a mission. Stay tuned. Oh, here we are at the Library for All, To be honest, it doesn't look like anyone's taken a book out of here anytime in the near past or in the near future. It looks a little bit derelict and shut for good, to be fair. I don't think we're going to find any internet computers in here, babe. What we've been finding with the computer and the internet, I've got a little mini PC here in the van connected to my television screen, and I can use a wireless keyboard and mouse with it, but it worked fine when we was at home. But we've got a Skyroam mobile 4G Wi-Fi device that gives us unlimited 4G Wi-Fi all across Europe, and it works fine with every other device, but for some reason my mini PC is unable to connect to that Wi-Fi network. I've tried all sorts of things, resetting the computer, rebooting it, reinstalling the drivers, and it just doesn't want to know. So at the moment we cannot get on the internet and can't upload any of our videos, obviously. So I put a message out on Instagram and Facebook, and a few of you helpful followers have jumped on and given us some advice. So the ongoing internet connection on the PC continues. Now I've had a few suggestions from some of you viewers, thanks very much, and also my good mate Gadget John, who suggested getting a cheap Wi-Fi dongle, so don't rely on the internet Wi-Fi connection into the PC, try something external. So we've come to a hypermarket here in France. They seem to have got everything. This is a big electrical section here, and I have found on the shelf here dual band Wi-Fi dongle, so we'll get this and see if that cures our problems. So I managed to get on the internet finally, and I'm uploading one of the build videos from the Sprinter build out. So while we're sitting here waiting for that to upload, it just seemed like an opportune moment to mention a couple of viewers. There's two guys, Gary Clough and Paul Martin. Gary messaged me about 6 months ago and mentioned about Aires in France in particular, but all over Europe. And basically there are aire de camping cars, which is municipal car parks for caravans and motorhomes, sorry, camper vans and motorhomes. And there are literally thousands of them all over the country. You can see this is a map that you can purchase. All of these coloured squares are camping grounds for motorhomes or camper vans, and the majority of them you can park in for free, or there may be a very small charge, you know, €7 or €8 a night or something like that. Most of them have a dumping station where you can empty your grey water tank and your cassette toilet. There's also drinking water and water just to rinse out your tanks as well. There's a lot of the facilities have toilets, and some of them even have showers and free Wi-Fi. So it's absolutely fantastic, you know, and it's been a bit of a godsend. You get a book with it as well. You have to purchase this, but this tells you all the information about the Aires, gives you all the details of what facilities they've got, the cost per night, and even a little bit of a description about the location and whether it's nice to stay in or not. But there are literally thousands of these, so we've kind of used this as a bit of a Bible on the way down through France. We've just sat here and thought, oh yeah, that looks like a nice place, there's a nice campground, and we haven't had to pre-plan the trip at all. We've done it totally ad hoc. You know, we've stayed in one place and then we've just looked through here and gone, oh yeah, that looks nice, let's just go there. And we haven't had to pre-book. I mean, I know we're travelling off season, so it's very quiet at the moment, and a lot of the places where we've camped in, they've literally just had one or two vans there, or we've been on our own almost. So it's been really, really handy. All you have to look out for is this little symbol here, and you'll find that in a lot of motorway service stations as well, and this is just a services point for camper vans. But I highly recommend that you get one of these books and the accompanying map if you're travelling around Europe, because if you get stuck for somewhere to stay, I can't recommend these enough. These are absolutely fantastic, and we've felt really safe and secure using these Aires. You know, you've got other people around you, like-minded people, so if you do go off into the town or whatever, you know, hopefully the other people that are staying there are keeping a watch out for your van, like you would do for anybody else. I'll put a link in the description of the website where you can purchase these Aires books and maps, so if you want to buy them yourself you can. Just click on that link in the description below this video. So again, I just want to say a massive thanks to Gary Clough and Paul Martin. Thanks for giving me that message and putting me in touch with these people, because these have been absolutely brilliant. So thanks very much, guys. Right, first of the running repairs on the van, well, not repairs, just alterations really. This pan drawer that I've got down here, what we've noticed when we've been driving along, I think because of the weight of all the pans in here, this has been flying open when we've been going round roundabouts. It's got these drawer runners on it which pull the drawer back in, and all the other drawers like these ones have been fine, and even the cutlery drawer has been fine. They don't come out at all when we're driving around, because I guess there's just not enough weight in those. I mean, in these ones we've got our veg in there, and this is like a hold everything type drawer, batteries, tin foil, that kind of thing, and these ones have been fine. So it's just this pan drawer. So luckily, you know me, I've come prepared. I've brought a selection of screws and tools and nuts and bolts and bits and pieces and a screwdriver set, and I'm going to put one of these magnets on this drawer. This is like an extra strong one. I brought a few of these as well just in case, and then hopefully that'll do the trick and that'll keep that shut. First thing I want to do is screw the magnet part to the underside of this shelf, making sure that the magnet finishes flush, because I don't want the drawer being proud. There is a tiny bit of adjustment on these magnets, but it's never much. That's it. And then the magnet part will screw to the back of the drawer. So I've just used a little bit of electrical tape, that's all I could find at the moment, just to mark the location of that magnet when the drawer was closed, so I know the right place to put the strike plate here. This, I can line it up with my marks. I know the depth, obviously I can measure that there, and I can get this in the right place. So I'll just screw the little plate on the back, and then now that should catch on there. That's it. You can hear that magnet just give a little bit more resistance to that drawer opening. So hopefully that'll, it's just enough to keep that shut with any luck.